So, a lot of you guys don't understand what exactly is happening because nobody really knows, right? Who knows anything about anything? Because if you think you know everything, you know nothing. And you can't learn that which you think you already know. So if you think you're the best fighter in the world, there's always going to be somebody that maybe isn't better than you, but knows things that you don't, which makes you not the best. Ever since kids were told that there's a battle going on between good and evil, God and devil, however you want to phrase that, Jesus, Yahweh, I always say that shit. Doesn't matter. Good and evil, positive and negative, right? Good and evil intentions, emotions. But you have to understand that every human being on this planet is a product of the emotions that were put into him or her while they were growing up. So if a kid was born with nasty parents, who's born with nasty parents? It all started with one seed, if you think about it. One seed of evil. Spreads. It's easy to contract. It's very contagious. So is fear. In fact, there were people that had an MRI done and were forced to, without knowing, to smell sweat pads. Gross, kind of. But by people running on a treadmill, and other ones were smelling sweat pads of people that were jumping out of an airplane. So those who were jumping out of an airplane exhibited actual fear, and that resonated with their sweat through their chemicals, through their, what are they called? The pheromones. So dogs can actually smell fear. You can actually smell fear. You just don't know it. Your body just starts reacting in fear. It's interesting, right? You ingest some of the chemicals that somebody sweat while they were smelling fear, while they were feeling fear. You smell that sweat and you start feeling fear. Anxious out of nowhere. What the fuck? We vibrate and resonate on an energy much, much more minute than you know. And the other thing is this, about that war. As you get older, you kind of forget about it. As you're a kid, you do play cowboys and Indians or whatever it is, cops and robbers, angels and demons. But then you kind of forget that there's a war going on because it's too important for you to do what you have to do to survive. But the method of your survival only depends on what people tell you. Do you want to look good in public? Do you want your friends to know you? And do you want people to talk about you before you arrive to a party? When you arrive, you're the man? Okay, that's great. Everyone should strive to be that. But see, personally, I would be the one that nobody knows. No one's ever seen before. And at the end of the day, they're like, oh my God, who is this guy? That's what kind of person I want to be like. And for that, you don't need to have friends. You don't need to have good fancy things, nice cars, and money. You don't need any of that shit. You might need one nice outfit just to show up, like, looking presentable so people accept you as one of theirs, like person, not like a fucking caveman. And after that, it's all up to you, whatever you want to do. And how much you know, somebody told me, how much you know anyone else is how much you know yourself. So for instance, I can't compare myself to a helicopter pilot in flying helicopters. I can't because I don't know how to fly a helicopter. So if I have to deliver him a message that has something to do with a helicopter, some part being broken, I can't relay that message to him correctly unless I do it verbatim because I don't know what it is. So the extent of which you know someone else or something else is the extent of which you know yourself. I know I can't jump 6 feet straight up in the air. So I know I'm not going to be able to do that jump, so I'm going to have to climb the ladder or else I'll die. But someone that's not sure or has definitely done it before can't. You stop exactly where you know. Where you know, that's where your knowledge stops. Once you say you know something, you're done. But everything, including knowledge, is infinite. You don't know. As far as we're concerned, it's infinite because we're still in these bodies, things, and there's shit flying around us that are spirits. You think I'm crazy? Yeah, I know. I can't believe it's 2021 and people still think I'm crazy about this shit. First of all, I can say whatever I want, right? Freedom of speech, all that. 2, I bet you that the regular 9-to-5 Starbucks macchiato Joe has way more weirder shit going on in his life than I do with mine. And people call me crazy and a Martian. Other people call me, it's the opposite. You know what I mean? People look up to you, other people don't. And are they stupid? No, they're just closed-minded. Because if you were open-minded, you would understand the things I'm saying are pretty logical. In fact, I've had closed-minded people that they're like, whoa, but they don't like it. It's almost like a shock. But I tell them, I'm right here. Don't worry. I get it. I am the element of change for you right now. I'm here. If you need questions, trust me. I've been through this. Just be nice to them. Then they be mean. They kick and they scream. They do mean things to you. They call you mean shit. But then at the end of the day, they realize I was trying to help. And maybe I don't help some people. Maybe some people are just happy the way they are. Maybe they know that there's another veil. Maybe they see the veil. They see what's behind the veil. They're psychics themselves, but they hate it so much that they just fucking revert back to this 9 to 5 and walk around seeing spirits and feeling shit and doing the future, but at the same time, they don't want to. So they just put the veil back on. Kind of like the guy in the Matrix. Why didn't I take the blue pill? Ignorance is bliss. There's people like that. You have to accept that. You can't try to convert everyone. The worst thing is a person, to me anyway, is a person that says one thing and does the other. I'm not like I say I want to save people and I don't save people myself. I like something like I tell everyone to make your bed in the morning and then my bed's never made. Why the fuck am I telling them? Well, even that could be acceptable because fuck you what I do with my life. I'm telling you to make your bed. You, not me. This isn't about me. This is about you. You asked me about you, right? You make your bed. Forget about what I'm doing. But at the same time, it's kind of like contradiction. But like what I'm talking about is the people that lash out against other people for not making their bed. What the fuck is wrong with you? And my bed's not made. Like, who the fuck am I to lash out at you for that? Now, lashing out because you're not following a task I set for you, that's one thing. But like, just people do that. And it's because it's a self-projection. Whatever you're angry at is what your projection is. So what you're angry at is actually your own downfalls. So if you're angry at someone for never texting you back, and you text that person back all the time, but they never text you back, and you're angry at them, there's someone that you're doing the same thing to that you're projecting that. It's crazy how it works. Things that you find in other people annoying, other people find in you annoying. Not different things, the same shit. And yes, you do. You literally can't see it because you're blinded because your mind is protecting you from it. It's protecting you from displaying to yourself vulnerabilities that you have because you have those vulnerabilities, so you kind of build up a defense. And you're like, I don't want to see this anymore. If I'm going to do weird shit, if I'm doing like angry stuff, I don't want to see it. It doesn't mean you stop doing it. You just don't see it as angry. What did I say? What do you mean? What happened? I didn't even mean it like that. If they took it like that, there's a part of you that meant it like that. And don't fool yourself. So now this war, good and evil. I don't know how to explain this to you, but this is the best way I can. Well, if there was a war, we would see the bad and the good, right? No, you wouldn't. Till it's too late. Think about World War II, the Nazis. They were bad, right? But some people say they were good. Some people say the Nazis were, in fact, they were the resistance to the global elites. And the Nazis were the resisting things, the agents to the global elites. And once they killed the global elites, they put them and made them look like the Nazis. Or, better yet, the Nazis took over after winning the war. So they did win the war. You know that whole like last castle? Because Nazis won the war. Nazis did win the war. They just didn't take it to the podium. They took the medal, shot the judge, and ran.